Hey, what's going on YouTube? Marine X back at it again. Olight. Okay, listen. Sometimes I kind of rag at Olight a little bit because they pump out a lot of stuff. Seems like they pump out something every month, have a sale every month, and it's time for another Olight sale. Now, you're going to see creators putting out information about these new Olight products, and I want to do this a little bit different. I want to come out the gate doing a comparison video because I think that's going to be the most helpful to you. So we're going to take a look at Olight's newest the Olantern Stretch camping lantern. This is version 2 of their lantern versus the Fenix CL26R, which is the Pro, which is my go-to lantern. And then kind of also my go-to lantern is the Wuben F5. Now, the real question is going to be, should you buy this Olantern? Should you get an alternative, or should you just go to Walmart and pick up a lantern that looks like this? We're going to talk about the pros and cons of each. First off, let's talk about some basic specs. The Olantern comes in at $119 MSRP. If you sign up for an Olight account, then it's $24 off. I don't know how long that lasts for, but that's just something to think about. So we'll start off with this first. So that's going to get you to 95 bucks. This does come out with a max lumens of 500 lumens. It has 2 different color temperatures that this thing works on. So you turn this on, it does warm light, it does cool light, and you have the different color temperatures that you want to go to, all the way out, probably blowing the camera out, or all the way down. And I can switch this to a warm light. So you do have different options there. And it can illuminate up to 245 meters, but it really just depends on how you set that up. So if you extend this thing out, it telescopes to about 16 inches. So now you can see like the full height of what this thing will look like. And the benefit of doing this is now it expands your light outward. So if you're sitting in the middle of a picnic table or something like that, you know, I'm at a 4-foot table, now it's expanding out and giving you a little bit more coverage, which you may find useful. So I've only had this for a little while, and I will say that this top part, I don't know if it's supposed to come off or not, but mine is, let's see, maybe this is supposed to come off. Maybe I'm tripping. All right, so it is removable. So this part here you can remove, but this is also where you would hook like a hero clip or some type of something to hang this from a tree or from the inside of a tent or whatever. So I guess that's a good thing that's removable if you need to remove it. It has a carry handle. So I don't know if this is real copper. It's a vintage copper. I think it's made of aluminum and then they brush it to be vintage copper. But if I have that wrong, then my bad. But it does have 5 modes, 5 light levels. So basic facts about it. It also can be used as a battery bank. If you take this here, let me turn off the light. So if you take this right here, you can shoot out from the USB-A port, use it as a battery bank. And then the USB-C port is for charging. Very subtle branding with the Olight logo down here. Very, very user-friendly. Basically, anybody can walk up to this thing, start to use it. Then it brings you over to the actual Fenix. This is the Fenix CL26R Pro. This is a rechargeable lantern that I've been using for a while. This comes in 3 different colors. It looks like the Olight only comes in 1 color, so that's something that you want to keep in mind. This Fenix, you can get it in the olive. You can get it, I think, in a black, and then I kind of got it in like this white marble color. This has 9 different modes in it. Also, the entire top of this thing is magnetic. Can I get it to stick anywhere? I don't have anything that's magnetic nearby, but this entire thing is magnetic. So if you want to stick this to something, then that is extremely useful. I think that that's one of its biggest selling points is the fact that this thing is magnetic. It has a built-in carabiner. So this is perfect for hooking to a backpack. I use it when I want to hook for my ruck or whatever. This also can be used as a battery bank. So if you turn this around, it has the USB-A port, it has the USB-C port for internal charging. And when you turn this bad boy on, when you shift it to the left, that's when you activate the flashlight mode. Flashlight mode has several different modes. And when it's actually on its magnetic base, which is a benefit, Can I make these? Oh, there we go. It's sticking to the Wuben, perfect. So when it's on its magnetic base, you can actually use this, like I said, as a flashlight, which is beneficial if you want to use it like that. Or if you want to use it as a traditional lantern, turn it to the right, and then it starts to shine light in one different mode, and then you just keep going around and it gets brighter and brighter. This does have a lot of functionality to it. It actually has more lumens than the Olight. This goes to 650 lumens, and this can go up to 408 hours, really depending on that low lumen mode. One thing I like about the Fenix is it has a removable battery. The Olight does not. This is a 21700 battery, so you don't have to use Fenix battery with this. You can use a Nikkor battery or a Streamlight or a No Name or whatever you have laying around, and you can charge this thing up on the go, on the fly. I think that that's pretty neat. This also has a very user-friendly interface because anybody's gonna be able to walk up and know to twist this knob to use it. And if you hold this down, it turns into a red light. So it even has a little bit more functionality as well. So that might be something that you wanna use. This thing MSRP's for $106, but it's always on sale for 80 bucks. I haven't seen it change from 80 bucks in at least 3 months. So you're going to be saving about an additional 20% over the Olight. And then you have the Wuben F5. This is my sleeper lantern. I like this thing a lot. So this one has a 5200 milliamp hour battery. How big is the battery on these other ones now that I'm thinking about it? The Fenix battery is 5000 milliamp hours. The Olight has the biggest battery. It has a 16,000 milliamp hour battery, which it should when you have a battery this freaking long, this freaking big. And then this one actually, the Wuben actually has a battery that's bigger than the Fenix. This one is a 5200 milliamp hour battery. This one does have, it shines at up to 500 lumens. It's IP64 rated. All these have an IP rating, just depends on the rating. You can basically sit any of these out in the rain and you should be fine. And so this one also has a magnetic base on the back. That's how I was able to stick it to the Fenix. This has a hook in the back, which is super useful for hanging off of different stuff. And this also can be used as a battery bank, just like the other two. This comes in 2 different colors. You can get it in like this gray color, or you can get it in the green color like I have it. It has a tripod, 3/4 inch mount down here. So you can put this on a tripod. When you turn this on, it goes bright, or you can turn it down. That's really it. So it's always daylight. You're just really deciding on how bright you want it to be. It has a indicator on the side to let you know how full it is. So if you're wondering about that, it includes a lantern, so you can, a strap so you can hang this from your wrist while you're walking. And this is the most pocket friendly of all of them. This is probably the most personable of all of these. So this thing comes in at $36.99 MSRP. It's all, listen, I always see this thing on sale for 20% off. It's 20% off right now. So now you kind of see where all these kind of like rack and stack next to one another, and you're trying to decide like which one is right for you. Here's my easy recommendation after kind of like testing these out for, well, I've had these for several months. I've had this one for a couple of weeks. If you're in a family environment, you're sitting in a picnic table, you want the traditional feel, you want to carry this from the bed of your truck to the picnic table, the bed of your truck to a man cave at a glam site or whatever. You're glamping, you're traditional camping. Then the Olight might be good for you. The price is my hiccup, because I know I can go to Walmart and get an Ozark Trail lantern that doesn't look exactly like this, but it has the same carry handle. It can be used as a battery bank and all of that other stuff. It's gonna be less than 20 bucks. So for me, the price is really, really tough. But the battery is humongous. 16,000 milliamp hour battery means that you can basically charge most cell phones 3 times from 0 to 100%. That's a really big battery. But that price is really hard for me to swallow. And the fact that you cannot remove the battery, although it's a big battery, I would like to be able to quickly swap it out. So that would be something that's nice. But this telescoping feature, this is goated. Like, to be able to just telescope this out. You're sitting in the middle of a bench, you're doing s'mores. Imagine you're trying to prepare some s'mores, you're trying to prepare something at a site, and you bring this up. Now you're sharing the light more. Someone's over here chopping, someone's over here doing something else. That could be pretty useful. That could be pretty useful. But the price is the thing that kind of makes me draw pause. Durability wise, I don't know how that's going to go because I haven't had it long enough. It does have an exposed piece of glass. You have to think about that. You know, so this is the one I would worry the most about breaking, worry the most about someone wanting to 5-finger discount it, because it's the nicest looking out of all of them, but it's a hard pill to swallow. If you are more of a traditional backpacker, if you do rucking, if you're the type of person that kind of camps solo a lot, then I hands down would recommend the Fenix CL26R Pro, mainly because the interchangeable battery is fantastic. That means you can just run this light on red. Let's say, for instance, you want to run it on red while you're rucking or whatever, so people can see you, or you want to use it as a flashlight while you're rucking, and you can change and swap the battery out on the fly, or you can charge the battery while it's internal as well. It does do multiple colors. This built-in carabiner is really, really clutch. You can put it on MOLLE, backpack straps, to other bags. It's really useful. I like the fact this thing is 80 bucks. This is made of like a hard plastic, not glass, so it's less likely to break. You know, if you're wearing this on a ruck, on a flak jacket or something like that, you throw this down, you throw the bag down, you're not going to be breaking this. The magnetic part makes this go from a lantern to a work light really quick. So if you're sticking this onto a pole or to any other magnetic surface, this is going to work out well for you. So solo backpacker, this is a lantern by definition, but I think that this is a great light to buy individual kids or individual people that are going to be at a campsite. I don't know if this can be the only light that you have, because it doesn't have a lot of light distribution, but for something like this to be able to buy and give your kids, they have a battery bank, they have a light source, they can walk out of their tent, go use the head at night, has a little ring on the back so that you can hold it in your hand while you're using it, and you can kind of use it to shine around an area or whatever. And it has a very, very big battery. I've left this thing on literally in my man cave overnight by accident, came back out here, this thing was still running. And the price is so right, even at full price at 37 bucks, but it's always the 20% off coupon. I'll link all this stuff up down below so you can check them out. So those are my recommendations. The Olight has its place. The Fenix, I think, is my sweet spot. If you said X, you only can keep one of these. You have to choose. For me, it would be the Fenix because of the rucking and the hiking capability. As nice as the Olight is, it's super limited to being like something that goes into a case and gets pulled out of a case. And this thing doesn't quite give me the distribution of light like I would like for it to. But comment down below, which one of these would you spend your money on? I hope that we can figure out which one is the best by just simply putting the comments down below. If this is your first time stopping by, hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you a part of the battalion. If this is not your first time stopping by, well, thank you once again for watching me run my grave. For everyone else, we'll speak soon.